This is Grizzly Country Outdoors. This is Grizzly Country Outdoors. Grizzly Country Outdoors. This is Grizzly Country Outdoors.
Good morning. It's Monday, November 15th. I'm at the gun range in Whitecourt, and I'm going to shoot the 4570. One thing with the 4570 that I learned is you never shoot the 4570 without using a chronograph when you're hand loading, which I been hand loading the 4570 for about 20 years, I guess. So the load I'm shooting today, she's pretty warm. It's 54.5 grains, Hodgdon's 4895, Woodley weld core. These are, I loaded these 3 years ago, and in my reloading log I don't have a record of having shot these bullets, which I don't quite get why I haven't fired these particular ones. I can tell you that I shot a load with 52.5 grains. 52.5 grains, and it was averaging 1830 feet per second. These are 54.5. I don't quite understand, unless that's a typo. We're going to find out once we run her through the chrony what the truth is. So,
hey, there's zero chance that it's a typo. That's 54.5 grains.
okay. Never shoot without hearing protection, and I never shoot these hand loads without safety glasses. Chrony is on. I'm predicting 1900 feet per second with these.
By the way, my scope is a lube pooled Variax 3, 2.5 to 8 power. So I turn and dial her up to 8 power here before I shoot.
$18.88. Always record your data. So 1888 feet per second for that first shot. 1979. I'll tell you something. These bullets are too hot. I'm going to have to take that entire box of bullets home and unload these and reload them. Because I had previously fired them with 52.5 grains, and they were beautiful, beautifully consistent velocity. I don't know what the hell I was thinking to add two grains. So alright, there we go. That ends that little experiment. Well, we're not done, because I have some factory. These are PNC. These are loaded with the 350 grain Hornady, which is a great bullet, by the way. In the 4570, it's a great bullet. So okay, we're still recording. All right. Yeah. So the reason I've got these PNC factory is I didn't have any bullets hand loaded the one year I was in a bind, ready to go hunting. I didn't have anything loaded, so I bought them. Actually, shot my last. No, 3 years ago I shot a nice whitetail with these. Okay, let's find out what these guys shoot at.
Friggin' muzzle blast blew the sunshade right off the crony. Damn it.
Error. Okay. We're good. (1905) feet per second. (1885).
I just grabbed the binoculars to check out the group that I've producing up there.
I got a nice group up there, but none of it's on paper. Let's go have a look. So, I mean, I could hunt with those woodlays, but that's too warm. Especially when I had a previous hand load with Hawk bullets, 52.5 grains, and it was 1,830 feet per second average. That's a velocity I could live with. Those PNC 350 grain Hornady. That's a nice load. They're running average. So I just fired two. They're 1905 and 1885 feet per second. So, you know, just under 1900 feet per second would probably be your average. Not hard to tell where I was hitting. Look at the holes at 4570 load. There's two bullet holes right there together. And 1, 2, 3. So I fired 3 of those Woodleys. Did I? Or 2? I fired 3 of the PNC and 2 Woodleys. And I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 6 inches high. So I gotta dial the scope down. I gotta dial the scope down, and I gotta hand load some bullets. So, you know what I should do? I should just shut this off, head home, and hit the reloading bench. And then I'll get back out here again later today. So, again, this is why you always use a Crony when you're shooting a 45-70, unless you're buying factory ammo. Factory ammo is only loaded to about 1300 feet per second. And of course, that's guys that shoot Marlins and Winchester 86 kind of type actions, kind of warm things up a bit. In this case, the stuff I got is too warm. So I'm just going to shut the camera off. We'll resume this when I get these. I got to dump, like I say, I got to dump the bullets and powder out of all of these, and then reload them to the 52.5 grains of 48.25. Good thing is, I can recover the bullets and the powder, no harm done, right? The biggest deal though, I use a Lee factory crimp die, which puts a beautiful crimp on the bullet. It makes unloading them a little bit harder because of that crimp, but I'll do it. See you, so once I get them reloaded, it'll be this afternoon before I'm back here. I'm looking at my loading data, so I'm just back from the range after firing those 405 grain Woodleys. You've got an incredible, tedious task. I mean, I could just fire these bullets to unload them, but this that's what you gotta do here. If you've never done this before, you're lucky. The beautiful thing about this is the primer stays intact. You recover the powder. It's just a pain in the butt to do. And who's that factory crimp? Oh, she's coming out. I believe the bullets come out. Yep. That's one. So the bullet and the powder are in there, right? In case you never use one of these ones here. Oh. And there's your 405 grain wood lay. It's a beautiful, they're beautiful bullets. One done. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19 to go. Oh, coming, babe. Homemade oak loading block that I made. Well, breakfast is ready, so upstairs we go. And really, that was quick enough. This is a vital tool on any reloading bench, because if you reload, eventually you're going to make a mistake like I did there. Today, too much powder. The beautiful thing is, of course, here's all our powder, we covered it all. You betcha. So now, I already got my scale set, 52.5 grains. In my procedure, I just use a baby spoon.
I've got my scale on a little extra shelf positioned right eye level with where I sit on my stool.
Perfect. So once I get that, I'm only going to show you one bullet because this is too time consuming, but dump my powder. And I stick a bullet in there upside down. I know that cartridge has powder in it that way. Seat and die in. The old Lyman orange crusher. I've had this press for a long time. Only press I've ever had. Okay. We got 52.5 grains, Hodgson 4895 in every cartridge. Bullet, seat and die. Woodley 405. Shazam. Now, once I get all these bullets in here, Then I've got a Lee factory crimp die. On all of these straight wall cartridges I use the Lee factory crimp die. I love it. And number 20, there we go. Factory crimp die, 405, 375 Win, 458. The last thing I loaded for was 4570, so, well, this one even is marked for 4570 actually. So I got two of these. One I use for the 458 lot, one for the 4570. Well, that has to be for the lot because it's, see how much deeper it seeps. This will be for the 4570. Well, that's actually, well, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. So here's the cartridge that hasn't been had the. This one's had the crimp die on it, and this one has not. You'll just hear it. That little, yeah, those are beautiful. I guess I just didn't have it turned in tight enough the first bullet. You just hear that nice little beautiful. I really love the 4570 cartridge, especially where I'm going in. I'm going to be in the bush all the time. The longest shot I'm likely to have is going to be 50 yards, maybe 75 yards. And this, the 4570 just pancakes here.
Yeah, me, the fat-fingered dumbass, I spilled all the powder from one cartridge, so I had to turn around and reload one bullet. That's what's going on here.
leaf hacker Kentai. Okay. 21 rounds loaded. Got it in the book. Now the only thing I gotta do now is back to the range. Sight the gun in. Test the velocity of these rounds. So let's go do that. Okay, I'm back at the range here, Whitecourt. This morning I fired my 4570 with 405 grain Woodley bullets, 54.5 grains of Hodgdon's 4895, and that was too warm of a load. So I went home, unloaded all the bullets, reloaded them. I loaded her down now to 52.5 grains Hodgdon's 4895. So the same 405 grain Woodleys. My target's still up there from this morning and still no bullets on the paper. So first thing I'm gonna record the velocity of these, and then I gotta sight the gun in as well, because it was shooting high earlier. I kind of expect it to still be shooting high. Been a couple of years since I hunted with the 4570. Actually, I was hunting with the 300 H&H last year. Okay. Got the crony on. $17.90. That's not, I didn't expect that. Expecting a lower velocity than that. $18.23. $18.22. Well, geez, I did not expect that kind of velocity. I'm going to walk down and look at the target here. Those two I just fired, I think, are touching, and right on the top of the paper. Getting some weather here finally. There's actually a heavy snowfall warning in effect for Whitecourt area. So Supposed to be 10 to 15 centimeters fall today, and I think might even be continuing into tomorrow. So by the time Friday rolls around, when I head out for my hunting trip, there's going to be some tracking snow at least. That's a good thing. Okay, when we were here this morning, this is the target. If you remember, I fired 1, 2, 3. Look, these are the max 4. There's 4 bullet holes right there. These 2 were here. If you remember, there was 2 bullet holes touching this morning. These will be the 2 I just fired. So we're 1, 2, 3. We're 4 inches high. I got to drop her down. I don't want to be shooting. I like to shoot dead on at 100, right? So, yeah, 4 inches high. We'll go adjust the scope, fire a couple more, see if we can get her in the bull. Turn the camera off for a second. Okay. Supposed to be 1/4 inch per click. I just went 12 clicks down, so I should be 1 inch high, theoretically. In a perfect world, I'll be right in the center of that 1 inch square right above the bull. Alright, here we go. $17.90. Same as the first.
By the way, that is a Benchmaster shooting rest that I'm using. Handy rig.
$17.96. So I had $17.90, $18.23, $18.22, $17.90, $17.96 so far. And I'm going to go for another walk, see what the target looks like down there. Well, I didn't expect that. I came down 12 clicks. That should have brought me down 3 inches. I went a little too far. So I'm gonna, have to give the scope another tweak there. Fire a couple more. My rifle, for those who don't recognize it, I'm pretty sure I've already said what it is, but it's a Marlin M1895XLR. Great rifle. There's one thing on these guns that I can't stand. It has this safety thing here, and this damn little pin, you can put this safety on and activate it without intending to. I've done it. I missed a big black bear one time because of it. Hammer will fall and that thing stops the hammer from striking. So I put a split ring on it, you see that? And that that fits on there, and this safety can't activate. Hammer safety is all I use. Yeah, and you know how people got their favorite guns and all that? When Marlin had the guide gun, I had a guide gun. It was a great little gun, but as soon as Marlin announced they were bringing out this one they call the XLR, it's got the 22-inch barrel, bam, I ordered one, right? And of course, everybody knows the sad story of Marlin. Remington bought them, screwed the business right up, and the quality of the guns, I don't even want to talk about it. But these original Marlins, these are beautiful guns. This thing is a great shooting gun, and 4570, it pancakes anything that walks. Maybe not in Africa, but in North America, it'll pancake anything that walks. All right. Continuing to do the crony, get this gun sighted in at the same time. $17.89. $18.01. So I was banging away there at the range, and my battery died on my camera. And I'm not quite sure when it died. I apologize for that. So I'm just back from the rifle range. There's the results of my shooting. My last two shots, I think were these two here. And when I was done, I made one final adjustment that should have brought me up, you know, approximately an inch. But my battery died on the camera. I apologize for that. And I don't know exactly at what point in my video shooting that I was doing where the battery died. So I just have to have a scotch and feel sorry for myself, I guess. The muzzle velocities that I got: 1790, 1823, 1822, 1790, 1796, 1789, and 1801, which I calculated out at an average velocity of 1801 feet per second. The 405 grain Woodley weld core, wicked bullet. I'm going to be hunting in the thick timber for deer and elk. Longest shot I expect to have to take is 75 yards. And I know for sure that I'm minute of elk, minute of whitetail in that thick cover. Yeah, the gun's shooting good. Well, that's the end of my little hand loading, unloading, shooting, sighting in with the 45-7, November 15, 2021. That's it for this day.